Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Celestial Farm Girl here. So happy to see you. Mwah. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much for sharing your time with me. I really, really, really do appreciate it. We are here to do a reading for the Divine Feminine today. And I'm kind of really excited because I've been getting some downloads and I hope that they come up in the reading. Okay, so today is Thursday the 20th, the beginning of summer solstice. Today is the longest day of the year, and for the next week, we'll be at the same pace. I believe we kind of hold on to it. I'm not sure, and I need to research that more. But it does go through until tomorrow. And we have the sun in Cancer, so we're no longer in Gemini season. We're now in Cancer, a lot of water, a lot of feminine. The moon happens to be in Sagittarius, so we got some fire reflecting out, right? A little bit of fire. I don't know if anybody of you guys have been feeling it, but I felt it. And tomorrow will be a full moon in Capricorn. Wow. Wow. A lot of energy going on, especially I'm thinking emotions. So I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling a lot, working through a lot, getting some downloads. On this channel, I've talked about the creator. I have not given anything a name. I just know there's something that's the mind of the universe. And I got a download and it told me it was the eternal. I'm like, the eternal. Eternal. I couldn't define eternal. Eternal was forever. Eternal's always eternal. So I looked eternal up and it's like always was and always will be. And so I'm like thinking that before the universe was formed, well, of course, there was darkness. There was, to me, darkness is like what's between you and I, nothing. Nothing. And so, even the eternal was there in the nothing. And man, it flipped my brain. And I have been trying to wrap my mind around it. Okay? Yeah. For me, when I began, I thought about just me as a person. And then, my sight started going out to the earth and all her children. And then I went, a little further and started studying the planets. I started from the center, right where I was, and started studying about all the things that were around me. And, I couldn't figure out what in the world was going on. What's happening to me? It's not like I didn't remember all the things, the visions and stuff as a child, but these things were just, this stuff was insane and crazy. Okay, I'm going to pull an archetype card. I love you guys. Thanatos. Thanatos. Wow. Is that death? That is 50, 60, 73. 73, 7-3 make 10. Oh yeah, the end. Okay. The end of what? I don't know. Let's see. 73. Let's see what we got here. Where are we? We're at 74. We'll go back one. Thanatos. Thanatos, death. Wow. It is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as a transformation. But the true archetypical resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent. And eternal, there's that word again, eternal. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. When light, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. When dark, fear or insensitivity to old age, illness, and dying. Go Deeper, The Mower by Philip Larkin. Wow, this is deep. I don't know if someone out there is ill or sick. I want to speak on this about one of the visions that I had of the box falling out of the sky when I was addicted before, and I was doing meth, and I was studying the Bible. And, this was the night that the vision came where I was sucked down the wormhole and went through the ethers and come out the other side at the beginning of time. And this was a vision that was shown to me. And when I came back, I was very, very upset. And to top it off, I was also mad about Jesus' death, the murder, and claiming that blood was, that murder was a sacrifice to God that God would accept when God of life would not accept, but maybe the God of death did. Okay, because death came. And anyway, I looked up into the sky, and it was midnight maybe, and I could see this darkness against darkness. So this was darkness, but it was so dark that it blotted out the darkness. The darkness looked light behind it. And as it fell, I saw a circle for a head, and then it looked like a moon, or like a moon on top of it. And it was shaped in the shape of a coffin, trapezoid. This way, that way, down that way. Or it looked also like it could have been a door. And as it was falling, I didn't really have time to think about it because I called Satan, and here I see this thing coming down to the earth, right? And I can't run. I did this, it seemed like I did this. And so as I was standing there and that box landed on top of me, and it was metaphysical, it was a spiritual box, but it was also, it had substance to it because it knocked me straight down to the ground. Now, the strangest thing, I was sure it was death, but I got back up. It took a minute for me to get back up. Like there was a blink of time that was gone, and then I just popped up, and I ran in to get my Bible to find out what the hell had happened. And I was somewhat scared, but not a whole lot scared. I was like ready to fight, ready to fight whatever had come after me, because of the vision I had had of Jesus who put his blood on me, I was now thinking that I was bait for the demons. Okay, so we're going to just let that rest right there. If you guys were interested in that, I would love to tell the whole story. It would take at least an hour to start from beginning to end. But death is life, really, because we have to give up these old bodies. We have not yet touched on the eternal life yet, like the eternal has done. Oh wow, that's deep, eternal, and that was in here too. And so, life and death go hand in hand. I've been with several people when they passed. I was with my dad when he passed. I was with my ex-husband's mother when she passed. It seems like a lot of people don't want to be there at that time. That's really one of the, like I said, when you're there when people pass away and you're part of that, it's a very intimate connection that gets made. So I don't know if somebody is got somebody who is going to pass away or sick. And if that's the case, I am truly sorry, and I'm sorry for the note this is on, but I had prayed and asked God to show me the way, the eternal. And so, we see this darkness back in here, and the underworld. Okay, so let's talk about the underworld for a minute. I was in the underworld. And when I went down to the underworld, it was like sadness. It was the past. The underworld is that which is already past, right? Waiting to be reborn into a new future. So there could be levels of people, divine feminine, or levels of the underworld of where people, are brought up, souls, spirits. And that's what we do in this lifetime, is to work on ourselves to become the best we can be, so that by the time we do pass, we're going to be at a place that isn't sad and happy. The underworld is a sad, unhappy, depressed place. I was there. I followed Jesus after he kicked the door in, and I was following behind him, and there was a woman with a cauldron, and she was stirring it up, and these imps was running all over her face, and it almost looked like the imps were her hair. Look, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. This isn't something people go around and make up, right? No. So, death is absolutely a part of life. But when we die, when we pass from this world, we definitely want to have healed as much as possible, so that we're elevated in a place maybe where we can be light workers to help our children or our people that we love. That's what I told my kids. When I leave, I'm leaving my hair with them. And what does that mean? That means my spirit will forever cover them. Even though I have children that I haven't talked to for years and years and years, I don't care if people love me. It don't matter. And I'm sure they do. But they went through a lot of trauma, and I understand. Yeah, it don't matter to me, though, because I've learned to love myself. And I know that in my own flesh, I'm going to do the right thing for the right reasons. And that the eternal has touched me. And we're all eternal. We're all eternal. Every single one of us is a soul, spirit, a living elements. Living elements. Isn't that crazy? The electric fire that goes up and down our chakra system, and we send it outwards with lots of love, like I send y'all love. And I just love to send love. I love it. It feeds me. Anyway, death It's really not the sacred part. The sacred part is life and making your life happy and good, and that you've had a full life. And when you're ready to go, you know you've had a full life. And you share it with your family as you're, moving through. Now, I don't know why death come up, but to me, death is sacred. It's sacred as life. It really is. It really is. You know, in the old days, they thought a good death was one while you was fighting and somebody violently killed you. No wonder they were sad in purgatory. That's a sad life, being killed and murdered and carrying that with your soul. That's going to take a lot of healing when you come back, right? Yeah, because the waters never forget. Look up the Yoshimoto water experiment. Water holds memory. Everything you've ever been through is in your waters that's going throughout your body. That's why it's important to move yourself a lot and open your waters up around your throat chakra so you can speak as good as you want. You want your heart to be open so you can feel the emotions, even those that don't feel good, so that you can release them and not have to deal with them anymore if you do it the first time. And sometimes if they're really bad hurts, we have to go back and heal 2 or 3 times. Actually, we never become completely healed. We just need to remember to work on ourselves, love ourselves, and reach to be the best we can be. Put our best foot forward. Okay, we have the sun. We have 3 in Gemini. We just left Gemini. This is about becoming a pillar of strength, bringing your divine masculine and divine feminine together. Gemini has got this beautiful thing. The divine masculine and the divine feminine are there holding hands, and then this angel is over the top of them. That's the 5th element that happens when you join all your elements together and you balance out your divine masculine and your divine feminine. And you become or receive a whole new entity that kind of like it's a magnetic field that goes around you, and it protects you from being sick, it protects you from harm, it protects you from magic, it protects you from all kinds of stuff. You can actually look this up on the internet and find it. The Templars use it, the Masons. And we got 3. Collaboration. Hey, ladies, let's collaborate. Let's talk about some things that are deep. And we got the sun shining through that. So, again, this brings me back to the 3, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the divine angel that comes over them. In fact, I pulled 3 cards this morning, too, for a 3-card quick spread before I went to work. And, yeah, which was awesome. God bless me. I was so grateful. I was able to pay for my needs and bless a lot of people today at work. My baby puppies, they loved. I took the puppies. We all go. We all go. Okay, let's see what Gaia would like to say to us. King of Water on the bottom. Very much aware of the emotions, but observing them. Observe your emotions. Observe what's coming in, how you feel. Take 5 minutes to sit down and ask yourself, who are you today? Today's the longest day of the year, the summer solstice. You know where we're going after this, right? We're heading into fall. But I want you to know my favorite months are September and October. Any day, any year. I love September and October. And I actually love November too, right? Okay. Oh, eternal Holy Spirit of all creation, before and after, guide us through this, and thank you for your wisdom. Amen. Take aim. Set your intentions and take action. This is a Sagittarius card. We have the moon in Sagittarius, and we know. So Sagittarius is jumping right out of the gate. Eternal Creator says that if you guys got some ideas, if you guys are impressed by something and want to do something, that you must take aim, because now more than ever do we need individual, unique creators out in the world, um, you know, um, putting stuff out, whatever it is. Art is art, and it always helps people to think, feel, imagine. So, Creator is saying, yeah, take your aim, Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius. I love that because God is so funny, right? God is so funny. I just told you the moon is in Sagittarius. I actually got to do a reading for Sagittarius later. I could even call this one a Sagittarius reading. Anyway, so take your aim about what intention, set an intention of what you would love to do and how you would love to do it. Take 5 minutes a day and work on it. We're all heading towards Thanatos, but self-development will always put us in a better place. And for some reason, I really do believe this is about self-development. Yeah, I've been working on that my whole life, trying. It's not easy. It's not easy to get a whole lot of time to work on oneself when you have families, and you got to make the meals, and you got to work, and you got to do the laundry, and you got to take care of all kinds of things in between. But everybody can give themselves 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes to, just take a minute of deep breaths, and then 1 minute to imagine your chakra system pushing out all energy that's not yours, and allowing the ethers to break forth out of the darkness right here around us, the stuff we can't see, it's all there, and to bathe you in it and bring you closer and closer. Oh, and don't forget to send your energy and ground into the earth. You don't want to be flying up there like a kite. You got to stay grounded and anchored in, right? Right. And start living your dreams. Start doing things that you always wanted to do and said you would do. Do these things for your own sake. Who knows? Leaving it to your children. Oh, I knew this card was going to come up. The scribe. I was just thinking, this card has come up every day in every reading, whether it was my own personal reading or reading for you guys on here. Somebody out there has got stuff they need to write down. The eternal, for posterity, or a book, or I love the scribe, because the scribe knows things about like high-ranking people. This is a person who has not just an IQ, but an wide open third eye. So they get messages about, the Pope, the presidents, world leaders and world figures. And this kind of person would be writing these things down, right? You would be writing these things down? Yes. But another very wonderful and beautiful fact is that your children will one day want to know more about you. And what a lovely thing to leave for your children that they will thank you for. And you'll see it, because we see from the other side over here. We see. I saw it. We see from there to here. From here, we do not. But they know what's going on over there. So, somebody is needing to pick up a pen and pencil, or pencil, and grab a notebook. And look, I write every day. My notebook's always right here. I write down all kinds of stuff. So, and my son is always asking me questions. He's 42. So I'm just telling you from my own experience now that there's things that he hasn't asked me though that I have written down. And I have approximately 8 years worth of journals at this time. So, you know, I've been scribing. But it looks like God wants a lot of us to scribe, maybe to document this era of change of Aquarius, where we're creating this new world. I got two. Three of Waters and the Sage. Three of Waters came first. I'm going to have to look at this. Three of Cups. Three Cups. Where's the cups? I bet they're all the way at the end. Yes. Three of Cups. Satisfaction, pleasure, joy, hopefulness, anticipation, attachment, expectation, and disappointment. Well, we're not talking about disappointments in this one. We're going to go with the satisfaction and pleasure, joy of hopefulness, the anticipation, to celebrate our victories, right? Cheers, people. We are moving forward. We're creating a new consciousness on this earth about sharing sacred things. And, we're working hard on protecting her resources. Take satisfaction from your endeavors and always look to the future with anticipation. Your success will continue. A rewarding outcome, an exciting future. Free yourself of unrealistic expectations and allow the outcome to manifest freely. So someone's using their emotions and they are manifesting at this point in time. Yeah. And allow the flow. And then they're manifesting healing, the sage, wisdom, understanding, intelligence, the lone wolf, the wise one, the fighter. Oh boy, that flame, you just do not want him to sling that at you because it looks hot, right? And in the Bible it is, and I refer back to the Bible because a lot of stuff that goes on was biblical, okay? He said he'd cleanse the world with fire at this time. What does that mean? Well, he's going to put us under pressure. We're going to be under pressure. And it's going to be like we're going to feel like we really need to move forward and change things or change ourselves or, work on ourselves or help other people work on themselves or, which it all circles and becomes a whole part of the collective anyway, right? And according to tarot, the collective is really rising. They are. And even I heard yesterday that the karmic collective was changing as well. Had to catch up. Yay, yay, yay. 5, ladies, because we're up in the 5D. We're in the spiritual world. We're thinking, we're holding like pillars, right? We are the pillars. King of water. We're standing our ground. We're standing our post. We know what we're doing, and we're holding, the front lines for the eternal God, because this is the time of change. Etern all. Turn all. There's that again. EA is really big as far as initials are going. I've never looked it up. If I did, I can't remember. I should have probably looked it up because I have E in my name and I looked up all the letters in my name. I just can't remember at this time. But etern all. So we've got a force of nature, of water, Mother working with us, changing things, turning the wheels, bringing better things to this planet because it's our turn. It was promised. We were promised heaven on earth, right? Now, that might not mean we're going to live forever in the flesh, but it'll mean that while we're down here, it'll be, wonderful. Yeah, emotional intellect, ace of fire, fire and water, creation. Man, I'm so glad I come in here. I love all you guys. Thank y'all so much for bearing with me. You're awesome. Actually, I know that God is talking through me and wanting to love you guys and to know that the one, eternal, oh my God, what kind of power is that to be, and then to be a part of that part of a world that nobody has ever seen. The unknown God, the God of gods, Mother Nature, natural nature. I mean, I don't know. It's all, it's the mind of the universe, and I'm thinking it's like the darkness that creates other things, that heaviness. It's all just thoughts, but they're positive thoughts. They're seeking thoughts. I'm looking for, I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking for the creator. Somebody has protected me my whole life, even though I walked through hell. But I've always felt somebody there, somebody walking with me. Now we see on here opposites, right? Over here we see this sad face, kind of in the darkness. That's why we want to stay positive. We want to look at things with love and understanding. Dig deep down in that kettle. Ain't no gimps or imps running all over her hair. I really found that odd too. That woman stirring that pot. She obviously was a curser because they were imps or goblins making impressions or, implying, helping spirits that cause troublemaking spirits. And this place was a sad place. And actually, Jesus went in and took a soul that was illuminated down there. It was illuminated. And everybody else was dark. But there was one soul down in hell that was illuminated with light, like the moon. A sacrifice. Eight of Swords. Imprisoned. Blood. Self-sacrifice. And God doesn't want us to do that. To sacrifice we shouldn't have to go to war. We shouldn't have to do these things. We're done outgrown them, and that is the new consciousness we're bringing, right? Peace on earth, goodwill, life. Now, I don't know what Jesus or who that soul was, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe God will bring that to me too. It would be nice to fit the pieces of the puzzle together. But whoever it was in this Eight of Swords, and this Eight of Swords don't look like any Eight of Swords I've ever seen, right? It's got two swords in his hand. One is turned upside down, and he's got his hand bleeding, and the other one is right, it's in there the right way. Half of himself, I don't know. Eight of Swords. Yeah, that's a rough looking card there. Eight of Air. It's the ego. Truth, power, responsibility, consequences, cause and effect, lessons learned, and memory. Memory. Looking back through time. Ego does not always tell the truth. Effect will always follow cause. Time to change your ways. Memory is imperfect. Consequences are inescapable. We all make mistakes. We are creatures driven by our egos. Our ego is in part our identity, the center of our consciousness. It is driven by our instincts and base desires and constrained by culture and society. It can have us feeling confident and certain, or it can have us feeling uncertain and afraid. It can also employ one of several defense mechanisms to shield us from uncomfortable truths or reality that we are not willing or ready to accept. So many of us are afraid of the truth. We can be so afraid of the truth that our ego will work hand in hand with our primal instincts and do what it can to protect us. If our ego is wounded, or we have been taught to fear, the defense mechanisms employed may also be determined detrimental to good health, well-being, and to our relationships with others. If our ego is wounded, or we have been taught to fear, the defense mechanisms employed may also be detrimental to good health, well-being, and to our relationship with others. So it's about healing the ego. You know, the ego. I almost just don't know what I don't understand ego. Self-centeredness, maybe. Everything has to go around a certain person. Well, all I know is that there's blood there, and whoever's responsible for it, and we were just talking about, Jesus, the blood, ego, truth, power, responsibility, consequences, cause and effect. Okay, let's clarify this. I have to. What is this ego? Cause and effect. This was about Jesus going down and taking that soul. Highly motivated, swift action. It was. Thrives on challenge, competitive. Rationality, the king of swords, analytical, articulate, high discipline, logical, ambitious, truthful, ethical, fair, justice, professional, man of action. So he went down and took a soul out of hell, and he took it to the sun. They flew up into the sun. Faith. To this day, that soul, I do not know who that soul was that was in hell or purgatory, because there wasn't all kinds of horrible things going on. It was just a sad place to be, like a sick bed or something. I don't know. people taken down to their lowest levels, maybe before death, you know. So we have faith, we ain't going there, right? We're going to make sure that, you know, not only will we have a happy life, but we're going to work on making sure we have a happy death, working it out, not being afraid of the transition from one place to another. And, you know, I don't do a lot of occult books, but I did read a occult book one time about a Lester Crowley that said we can actually pre-plan our next existence and where we would like to be. All we have to do is set the intention, because we take our soul with us, the imprints and the memories and the plans that we have while we're here, that are given to us in our mission by God. So, you know, that's what we see going before our eyes just before all that stuff leaves our body. Our memory is all in that mist, the ethers. The ethers. Emotions. Very important to work on your emotions and to feel yourself and know yourself and feel yourself and know yourself and heal yourself and love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself and your emotions, your feelings, because that's the living part of you. You feel, so you're alive. Yeah, I feel. And that is what's making the memories that you will take with you in your next life. And that will be somewhat of maybe your soul, the luminescent beings that I have seen that are outside of the material plane. Okay, guys, I love you, Divine Feminines. May the power of the eternal be forever with you, and may you believe that there is something way greater than one could hardly dream. I love y'all. Blessed be. Mwah. Please like, share, subscribe. Bye-bye.